Hello, everyone, and welcome to the June 2026 edition of our Apsona Feature Spotlight Series. We're excited to have you all here with us today. Since we have a packed 30 minutes together, we're going to dive straight into the good stuff. Our main goal is simple. We want to show you some of Apsona's powerful features in action so you can see exactly how to apply them to your own workflows. And we'll try to hold some time at the end for a Q&A. For those of you who may be new to Apsona, at our core, Apsona turns your Salesforce data into immediate action by bringing together clean data, flexible reporting, and merge tools right inside Salesforce. We eliminate the need for data exports or multiple tools and platforms. Next, I would love to introduce the incredible team joining me today, each playing a key role in shaping your Apsona experience. First, we have Shweta, our product support engineer, and Abhishek, our support lead, and they'll be guiding you through our live use cases today. But before I hand the mic over, I want to launch a quick poll, which should be showing up on your screens right now, as it is for me. We want to know which of the three features are you looking forward to seeing the most today? Is it doc merge? Is it the automated address labels or match CSV? Or it could be all. So I'll leave this up for a couple of seconds just to get some engagement going. I see doc merge is in the lead, but also all of them, which we love. Awesome. So many people are voting. Awesome. Doc merge is in the lead, all of the above, match CSV, and then a couple of the automated address labels. Thank you guys so much for participating and for the engagement. And without further ado, let's get into the demo, and I'll hand things off to Shweta to take us through the next couple slides. The floor is yours, Shweta. Thanks, guys.
Great. Thanks, Alia, for the introduction. I guess
I
I
will
will
start.
share my screen. Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Apsona feature demo. And let me share my screen. Just let me know, Alia, once it's visible.
Yep, we are seeing your screen.
Great. Once again, hi, everyone. I can see the votes, and I guess you guys all are excited for the features. Without delay, let's start it. Just to give the context about this, so based on the Apsona hours, based on the support tickets we get and the interaction we have with our client, every month we'll do select a couple of features to present with the use cases. And in today's session, we have taken three features, and the first two will be handled by Abhishek, and the last feature will be handled by me. And the first one will be the streamlined DMM Excel output generation with email. And the second one will be how to use the smart address using, again, it's one of the DMM feature. And the last one will be match CSV and how to identify the lead ID using the limited information. And we'll wrap this session by solving the Q&As. And if you guys have any doubts or queries, feel free to drop in a chat or a Q&A session, and we'll address them all at the end. Abhishek, over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Shweta. Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen and really jump on to today's demo. I hope my screen's visible.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Yep. So the first feature we will be discussing today is streamlining document and mail merge output. So today we'll be concentrating on Excel merge and email and Excel merge features. So let's look at how it can benefit and what are the features that we have for Excel merge. So with Excel merge, we can generate Excel output files using different objects, or we can also create pivot tables using Excel. And also we can use Excel files to send reports through email. So we'll be looking at these three features today, for which I'll start with showcasing the templates that we have. So this I'll be using our developer org, and let's start with the first template. So first we'll be discussing about how the Excel merge works and what are the fields that we have. So let me open, I have some sample template and reports created, keeping the interest of time in mind. So I think my file's opening. I'll minimize this. There you go. So yeah, I have created a sample template today. So I'll be explaining few of the key items here. So as you can see, with Excel merge, we can just create a blank page which we can then export as PDF, or you can generate report also. So in this report, so to get a merge field, the simplest way or simply you have to do is open a curly brace and put the merge field name with an dollar sign and the field name and close curly braces. So that's how you create a single merge field. Or if we have to generate a recurring field, for example, we need a field to be repeating in a table. So that's when we use double curly braces and we'll use the table name. So this is just a record group name. We'll just give it a sample name and then followed by the field name. So I have used name, close date, amount, and stage as the fields that I need. And in the top level fields, we have account name, phone number, and website. So this is how a simple Excel template can be created. And along with this, if you observe, we have a built-in field. So this is a system field where which will fetch the.
Abhishek, sorry to interrupt. Can you just magnify it? The view is a bit small for the.
Okay,
Uh,
I think there you
yeah.
go. Thank you. Yep. So these are the fields that we have created. So I think I will just give a quick recap. So this is a top level field with single braces. If you need a repeated field or a record group, that's when we use double curly braces and we'll mention the field name over here. So I have this template created. So let's upload this template to our Salesforce environment and see how this works. So for this, I'll go to our documents object and I'll upload this file. So this is the file that I have created. So I'll upload it over here. So since I have the account data in the top level, I'll start with accounts. As I mentioned earlier, I have created a sample report with some sample data already over here. So let me select one here and we'll go to merge mail. So we have different merge options. So we'll be choosing the spreadsheet merge for Excel merge. And I'll click next and I will select the, yep, this is the template that I have used. I'll click next. Now, just like document mail merge, which we have explained in our previous feature demos, even for Excel, we will get top level fields and record groups. So let me start by mapping the top level fields. I have the account name. Let's say I need the website and I need the phone number. Now in the record group, again, I have created a report for opportunities. I will showcase the report after this. So let's say this is a sample report that I have created. I'll be mapping the opportunity name, opportunity amount, and I'll add the close date and stage. And the key step over here is this linkage. This is what links the top level field with the sublist. So here, this makes sure it will fetch the opportunity only related to the account that we are actually running the merge action. So now I have this set up. I will save this. Let's call it feature demo. Merge. And I'll save and run and let's see the output. So now that's the moment of truth. Let's open this. And now, so let me zoom that in. As you can see in the top level, I have the account details. Yes, my data did not have the phone and website. Here we have the current date populated and any opportunities linked to that account is populated over here. So with this simple steps, we can generate Excel files. We can use this to send out a mail also with the same format. I'll be showcasing that in the next step. So now that we have this, let's look at the next feature for Excel, which is how we can use our Excel data and dynamically generate pivot table and data over there. So for that, I have another template that I have created. I'll showcase what are the steps we needed. So here I have just added few sample data here. I have an ID, name, stage, close month, and amount. These are the data which I'll be fetching from the opportunity report, which I'll show in my development org. So now, in order to get pivot table to generate automatic data automatically while running the merge action, there are a few steps that we need to take. So first is we need to create a name range. So the name range is just to make sure our pivot table knows which data should be used in the pivot table after the merge is completed. So let's see how the name range is created. So for creating a name range, I will select the range of data that we need, and then we'll go to formulas. Here we can define the name range. So let's say I'll call it June feature demo. I'll copy this name and I'll tell you why I'll copy that. So now I have created a name range. So now we know which data should be used in the pivot table. So I'll add a pivot table here. So I'll go to pivot table. Here in the table range is where I'll give the name range as the source. So I'll put the name range that I have created as the source just using an equal sign and click OK. Now I have the pivot generated. So let's see what are the data that I need over here. I would need the, let's say I need closed month and the opportunities under the closed month. Then I need the amount, the values, and the stage in the columns. Let's say this is what I need. So there are few things that we need to keep in mind when using it in merge action. These fields over here, which has double curly braces, if we keep it like this, Apsona would consider this as another merge field and will start populating data repeatedly. So to prevent that, we need to make sure we'll change this to normal labels. We'll just remove the merge field. We'll change it to normal label. So here now we have this setup. There is one another crucial step that we need to do. That is click anywhere in the pivot table. Maybe I'll zoom it in a little and go to the pivot table options. Here, there is where in the data section, we need to select this refresh data when opening file. So what this actually does is every time the file opens, the pivot table will automatically refresh the data and fetch the current active data available in the sheet. So once this is set up, our pivot table and the data template is set up. Let me save this. And now we'll go back to our dev org again and let's upload this document. Let me go to my documents object once again. And I'll choose this file that we have created. So this was my pivot table file. I'll upload this. I have it over here and so as I mentioned earlier, I had a report created for opportunity also, which I used in my previous merge action. So I'll use the same report. So this is a report where it has 100 different opportunities with stage and all the required fields that I need. Now let's create the merge action for this. The merge action will remain the same. There is no difference. So I'll go to the same spreadsheet. I'll click next. And here I'll be choosing the template that I uploaded now. So that's the opportunity list. And I'll click next and map the fields that are needed. So I need the opportunity ID. So month is the created date month, and I'll add the amount, the opportunity name. My bad, let me select that again. And I'll add the stage. So these are the merge fields that are required. So I'll click next. Let me save this as feature demo. Pivot to. I'm just giving a random name there. So now I have this file downloaded. Let me open that. Okay, there seems to be some issue. Let me open. Okay. No worries. Let me check what's wrong there. I think we did something wrong in our merge over here. Let me delete this. Okay, and insert a pivot table. That's my data range. And I need the opportunity name over here and stage. And I need the amount. Let me also change this because we need the sum of the amount. So I'll select sum. And I need to change this to name. I'll also change the stage. So it looks like that's the data we need. And I'll make sure I have this set up. Please save this. Okay. I'll upload the template once again. Oh, we try to run the merge action again and see if this works this time. Make sure I have the right file. So that's my file, and I'll try to map the fields again. So I have my opportunity ID, amount, name, month, and stage. Just name it, and let's see the result this time. Okay, that's my file that I have downloaded. And there you go. So now, as you can see here, I have my opportunity list here, the 100 records that I had in my report, and my pivot table is automatically populated. I have all the opportunity names over here, and the amount of the opportunity and the stage over here. So using this method, we can easily generate our data and automatically populate the pivot table without doing any manual work over here. So that covers the second option in Excel merge. The third one is simply an email and Excel merge. So which I'll be using almost the same template again. I'll quickly showcase how the email merge works. So for which I will go back to this same report and I'll create a new merge action. So this time, instead of selecting the Excel merge, I'll select email and Excel merge. So that's the difference. So, and we can select the template. Let me select the template, one of the templates that I have already uploaded, and an email template. So I have the email feed set. So this is similar to email and document merge that we had presented in our previous feature demos. So I'll be selecting the required fields. So as you can see here, this is the same top level field, and I will be selecting the data source here. I'll select the name, the amount, and I need the close date. I need the stage, and let me make sure I add the linkage. So here in the email template, once again, we need the names. I'll just select the account names. I'll not be selecting all the fields since it's for the demo. So we can we can add n number of merge fields, and we can use that over here. And we'll just click next. Let me make sure I send all the email to me. I don't have to go to each and every mailbox. I'm sure what happened. Feature demo, June, and let me save and run, and we'll just quickly wait for the emails to come up here. There you go. I have received my email here. So for all the three records that we created. So here we have the email template. What are the fields that we fill? Since I did not map other fields, I am only getting this over here. And the Excel file that we generated is also mapped along with the account info and the opportunities mapped. So using this, we can simply generate email reports, which we can send out to different users. We can use any email field in our data object in the report and send out the emails without any hassle with just one click. So the same merge action can be scheduled, be it any merge actions. We can go to our merge actions and simply select the merge action that we have created. Yeah, if this is the one, we'll just go here and we can schedule this so that we don't have to do it manually. We can just schedule, and every day or every week or every month, it will automatically send out. So I'll not be showcasing scheduler today because this is something we have discussed earlier. So we can schedule this merge actions just like other Word or document merge actions. So that covers our Excel merge action for today. The next feature that I want to discuss today is smart address label generation. So what is this smart address label generation? Let's say, for example, we generate thank you letters for our end users or customers. We need to send out this thank you letter over email for over mail. So we need to generate an address label to put it on the postal ballot or postal cover over there. So how we can generate this address labels easily with Apsona merge action. So again, I have created a sample template for this, which I'll be showcasing on how exactly an address label merge works. So I'll just give it a moment for this to open. There you go. So this is one sample template. So as you can see here, for address label merge, we cannot create any top level fields, sublist or anything. So we'll be adding one simple template with a table, and we'll be adding the same merge fields. If it is two columns, we can add two columns. If it is three columns, we can add three columns over here. So in my address label, I have used name, street, city, state, zip. These are all normal merge fields that we use for normal doc merge. So, and we have to put it only once, and we'll have to just select the number of columns that we have. We can add number of rows for the table. And also please note, we should not add any headers over here, like we call it address 1, address 2, address 3, any headers. It should be just the merge fields. So this is our template. So let's see how this template works in real time. First, I'll start with uploading the template once again. So I'll select our address label and upload it here. I have that ready. So I have created a simple contact report to use for today's feature demo. So here I have generated 19 records with all the required fields over here. Let's see how the merge action works. Now I'll go to merge mail. I want to create a new merge action. Here we have the address label generation option over here. So we'll select this. And when we go to the next step, this remains the same. We need to select our address label template. And here we cannot select single file with page breaks or other options. It will be only single file with page break. No paragraph breaks or separate files can be generated for this. So I'll click next and our merge fields will populate here. Let me quickly map all the required fields. I have the name and the street address. So yes, I have all the required fields here, and I'll click next and I'll just give it a name. Check one more June. Let me save and run. So, and let's download and see how our address label list is generated. There you go. So now, as you can see, for 19 of the records that I have, separate address labels have been generated in this format for all 19 records. So we can simply print these labels and cut out the one that is required for each of the contact and paste it in the mail and send it over. So with that simple step, we can generate address labels that we can use to send out postal mails for our users or customers. So that covers our second feature for today. And for the third feature, I'll hand it over to Shweta. And Shweta, over to you.
Thanks, Abhishek. That's a great presentation, keeping the time in mind, and you really explained all the most of the features, to be honest. Let me share my screen and just know once it's visible again. Hope it's visible. Hi everyone, once again, I know we are a bit running out of time, but I'm sure I won't take more than, I promise you I won't take more than 5 minutes, and we'll keep 5 minutes for the Q&A window. And anyway, we'll be sending the recordings at the end of this session. So yeah, moving to the next feature, which is Match CSV. What is Match CSV basically? And how it's helpful, I will explain you with a use case. Let's assume you have a set of datas. Give me a minute. Okay, let's assume you have a set of datas with you, and this is nothing but the campaign datas where your leads has been registered. But you are limited with the datas like first name, last name, email, company name, job title, session attended, and register status. But you don't have a lead details or a lead ID. Now you would want to, first one, you want to update this campaign details to the respective lead, but you don't want to update the duplicate, and you don't want to create the duplicate lead, and you want to identify and associated this details to the specific lead. So how to do this using Apsona? Again, if you are using this manually, it will take a lot of time. In my case, I have a 500 plus datas, but I know there will be a cases where you will have more than that records. Let's see how we can achieve this using Apsona. This can be done in 3 steps. One, you have to identify the matching lead, and a second one, let's say if you want to upload it, you have to use the filter functionality, and you have to use the add campaign functionality. So start with matching CSV. I'm going, this is my Apsona, and under lead I'm going to the tools option, and under dedupe match, I have this match CSV feature. Once you click on that, the pop-up will open and choose the file that you wanted to upload or the data which you have, right? Once it's done, you can see the preview of the data and you can confirm the columns which has been taken here and click next. And this is the major or important aspect where you have to match the your Excel data and you have to look for the similar data in a Salesforce database. So here you can see the CSV columns and match field is nothing but the fields you have in your lead object. So in my case, I will just map the email IDs with this, and you can also use the first name and last name. If you use the multiple match field, it will use the AND operation, and you can use the match functionalities with the multiple operators. I will just use the exact, and you also have a contraction. You can use alphanumerical or a fuzzy. So I will use a simple email in my use cases. And the third step is nothing but what and all the information you wanted to see or a look after you generate the file. So again, with respect to lead ID, I will also want to see the email one more time, and I guess I can take a full name. You have other uh, objects, which is account, badge, contact, which are the child object to it. So yeah, let's click to next. And this is the again one more important feature where you have to use the data or a filters to narrow down the data. So in my case, what I wanted to, I don't want it to run with all my backend or a lead data. So I will make sure that this will be run through only where uh, lead email is not empty. So doing this, you can make sure the process will be fastened. I can also save this action for the future reference. Now I'll click on finish. Download the result. Yep, this is the file I just received. You can see the first name, last name, email, and company. And you can also see the lead IDs which are matching respect to the email, right? And these two columns are the one we have just added during the setup. And you can see the one more new column, which is the match count. You can see the numbers added here. This is nothing but identification of the duplicates. What I mean that, let's say if it says 1, it means you have this one record in your database, and if it shows 0, means these are the new data, or the database don't have this similar email IDs in it. And if there is more than one, like a 2 or 3, that identifies the duplicates, amount of duplicate records. Now I wanted to identify these into my database, and I want to add the mass campaign. So what I will do, I will copy this entire lead ID, and I will go back to my Apsona, close the tab, again go to the lead, go to a tabular view. Now what you can do is apply the filter, right? Because we have already selected the lead, and go to a ID, lead ID, use the operator is among, and paste the lead ID which you copied. Then search. Now you can see the number of lead IDs as per the applied filter. Now if I want to add the mass campaign, again select this entire data, go to a tool, and you have an option here, add to campaign. Once you're done, again the pop-up will display, and select the campaign that you are looking for. And I wanted to keep the status as registered, and you can use this available features like adding the legacy campaign member ID, lookup field. I will just click OK. Now you can see that all the 50 I have added, and if there is any error found, you can see that and download again, and you can identify why this has been not added. So the reason behind those are the record IDs has already available under your specified campaign. Now, how do I see that's already added? Again, we have a more feature, drill up and drill down. Go to this drill down feature and go to the campaign member via lead. Now you can see the added campaigns and use the created date and sort. Now you can see the data has been added as per this current data. That's all. That's how you use the Math CSV. And if you guys have any doubts and the specific use case, do let us know, or you can schedule the Apsona hours. So we always help you with specified use case. Over to you, Alia.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the demos, Abhishek and Shweta. I saw, Abhishek, you were answering some questions in the chat, which is great. In the Q&A, I see one that says, can the address label functionality be applied to name tags? And I think so. Is that right, Abhishek and Shweta?
Yes, we can use a different merge feature, but it should follow the same format. That's all the requirement is.
Awesome. And the demo files have been shared in chat, and the recording will be sent out shortly. So thank you guys for joining. Feel free to reply to the follow-up email if you have any additional questions, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.